Extremely effective attack and missile submarines, though stealthy and heavily armed, are by far the most powerful of all naval vessels in the world when it comes to their ability to conduct full-scale combat operations. Today's futuristic submarines completely revolutionize our perception of these silent and extremely dangerous hunters. It's claimed that Russian attack submarines can be considered among the best on the planet, and when the Soviet Akula and Alpha-class nuclear submarines were first introduced, they were considered the most advanced submarines in the world's oceans. The Russian Navy is actively working on building new ships that combine improved stealth and firepower with the latest Yasen class, a multifunctional nuclear attack submarine equipped with cruise missiles. The latest project for a new attack submarine is the Laika class, also known as Project 545 Laika. While the Yasen class submarines continue to be built, with plans to deliver 4 of them in 2024, the Laika class submarines, also known as Husky, are in the early stages of development. This means that there's still a lot of work to be done, and the details of this project are very closely guarded by the Russian military. The best way to assess their power is to look at modern Yasen class submarines. The standard Yasen is 457 feet long, while the Yasen M is 430 feet long. Both types of submarines reach a top speed of 23 miles per hour on the surface, but underwater they can move silently at 32 miles per hour with a top speed of 40 miles per hour. The submarine is equipped with 8 missile silos with the VLS system, which can be equipped with lethal Oniks anti-ship cruise missiles or Kalibr cruise missiles. In addition, it has 10 torpedo tubes. It seems that the Laika will incorporate elements of the Yasen design, but with the addition of even more advanced technology. It's known that the Laika-class submarines will be armed with a new supersonic cruise missile, the 3M-22 Zircon, which can effectively attack sea and land targets at speeds of up to Mach 9. This makes the task of eliminating this missile for enemy missile defense extremely difficult. And the supporters of this new submarine will not have to wait long, as they'll be able to see this powerful submarine in action this year. The U.S. Navy has some of the most fearsome attack and missile submarines in the world when it comes to the future, but they have plans to build something even more deadly. The next class of fast attack submarines, dubbed SSN-X, will be designed to provide greater speed in conditions of increased stealth. It'll have a greater weapons capability and will be similar to the Seawolf class, but it'll be faster, more stealthy, and larger to be able to carry more torpedoes than current Virginia-class submarines, as well as up to 50 Tomahawk cruise missiles. These Sivolph-class submarines are the cutting edge of nuclear submarine technology and are 70 times quieter than the Los Angeles. There are currently only 3 of these boats in existence, as they're the most expensive attack submarines in the world, costing $6 billion each. The last of them, the USS Jimmy Carter SSN-23, has a top-secret weapons system on board, rumored to be a laser weapon, and it's hidden somewhere near North Korea, waiting to intervene if a missile is launched in the wrong direction. The new SSN-X class will have powerful networking capabilities, able to share information with other ships, aircraft, or submarines to track enemy forces. If it's similar to the Seawolf class, it'll be a large vessel with a displacement of 9,100 tons. This is 1,000 tons more than the Block 1 Virginia-class submarine. This new submarine will also be designed to defend against the growing threat of unmanned underwater vehicles, UUVs, which are being developed by China and Russia and can be used to attack or engage submarines and surface vessels, including aircraft carriers which are vulnerable without adequate protection. Where there's an aircraft carrier, there are likely to be 1 or 2 attack submarines. The program to build the future submarine, known as the SSN-X, is scheduled to begin in 2034, giving experts ample time to study available technologies before design begins. The cost of building each SSN-X submarine is estimated at $5.5 billion. However, not only the United States has plans for new attack submarines, the French Navy is also actively developing its advanced submarine, which was recently launched and has the most advanced technology. The French shipbuilding company Naval Group has developed a new Barracuda or Suffren class submarine, which is considered one of the stealthiest submarines in the world. The new class allows the French Navy to carry out powerful strikes, and the Suffren can now launch SCALP cruise missiles. In addition, this new submarine can deploy special units underwater thanks to a diving hatch and as a dry dock for deploying underwater vehicles. It also has unique active detection capabilities, which give it an acoustic advantage. The boat's equipped with 4 533mm 21-inch torpedo tubes and can be armed with a lethal combination of 18 heavy torpedoes, Exocet submarine-launched anti-ship missiles, naval cruise missiles, anti-aircraft missiles, and mines. To improve maneuverability and reduce noise at high speeds, the submarine has an X-shaped rudder and retractable front sails. The first submarine with this design was launched in July 2019. It's 324 feet long and 28.8 feet in diameter. Compared to conventional submarines, the new Barracuda SSN has impressive performance thanks to its powerful propulsion system. It's equipped with a new variant in the Technique Atome K-15 pressurized water reactor, which is very compact and fits into a 28-foot hull space. The operating power of the reactor is classified, but the nuclear boiler on board Suffren weighs approximately 400 tons and measures 33 feet. The radiation-free steam is used to directly power the 2 propulsion turbines and 2 turbine generators that supply power to the ship. This allows the benefits of 2 very quiet electric motors to be taken advantage of when the submarine needs to operate silently. It's worth mentioning that the Naval Group is also developing another variant of the Barracuda-class submarine known as the Shortfin Barracuda or Attack. This boat was chosen by the Royal Australian Navy to replace the Collins-class submarines and is expected to enter service in the early 2030s. The main difference between the Barracuda and the Shortfin is that the Attack or Shortfin class submarine is slightly smaller, measuring 318 feet long, and is equipped with a diesel-electric propulsion system instead of a nuclear reactor. While there are advantages to a nuclear propulsion system in terms of the performance it can provide, the Royal Australian Navy has decided that the negative aspects of going nuclear outweigh the positive. This is because between 2025 and 2030, significant progress is expected in the development of lithium-ion battery technology, which will allow the Attack-class cruisers, Shortfin Barracuda, to remain fully submerged for 40 days without the need to recharge. In the context of diesel-electric submarines, this opens up new prospects. Experts in this field even predict that by 2035, such boats could stay underwater for up to 60 days without recharging. And by 2050, this time could increase to 80 days. The Royal Australian Navy has clearly expressed its position that for future submarines, it prefers American weapon systems, in particular the AN/BYG-1 combat system, as well as the possibility of using heavy torpedoes such as Tomahawk. The submarine will have 8 torpedo tubes with a diameter of 533 millimeters, 21 inches, and will be able to carry 28 torpedoes. In addition, it'll be capable of carrying a Mark 48 Mod 7 heavy torpedo, Harpoon anti-ship missiles, or Mk3 stonefish mines. The submarine, which is currently under design, will be 318 feet long, 29 feet wide, and have a surface displacement of 4,500 tons. It'll be equipped with a water cannon engine that'll provide a maximum speed of 23 miles per hour, 20 knots. Almost simultaneously with the development of the Australian Attack submarine, Japan began research for its new submarine design, which will be the successor to the Oryu class. The Oryu class diesel-electric submarines are recognized to be the most advanced and quietest of all conventionally powered submarines in the world. The first Oryu class submarine, the JS Oryu, arrived at the new port on April 7, 2020, and became the first diesel-electric attack submarine equipped with lithium-ion batteries. However, the Oryu-class submarines have a unique capability that no other submarine has. They can turn off their diesel-electric propulsion system and switch to battery power. This makes them much harder to detect as it reduces the noise from the diesel-electric system. The Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Forces are the only naval forces in the world to use this technology on submarines. Continuing its development, Japan has already begun considering a new submarine design called the 29SS, which aims to improve everything that was implemented on the Oryu-class boats by adding more weapons. The 29SS will be equipped with the same weapons as the Oryu boats. Despite the general trend of installing vertical launch silos, Japan does not yet have the missiles to fill them. It's known that the new boat will have at least half a dozen torpedo tubes. They'll likely use a brand new torpedo developed by the Japanese military in 2012. These torpedoes are described as fast, long-range, and stable, which are important characteristics for a weapon, unless you're on the opposite side of its use. These new torpedoes, which will be the successor to the standard Type 89 torpedo known as GRX-6, will be highly intelligent. Their development is rumored to include the use of an optional hydrogen-oxygen turbine wire guidance system, which will provide them with an advantage in identifying true decoy targets. In addition, these torpedoes will be able to calculate the time of warhead detonation to achieve optimal effect. The 29SS will look similar to the Soyuz, retaining the bow shape and hull outline, but the sail and hydrofoil will be significantly different. The sail will be reduced and practically merged with the hull, and the diving planes will be moved from the sail to the hull. These changes make the submarine faster, quieter, and more energy efficient. The 29SS will also be equipped with a pump jet drive replacing the traditional propeller. This new drive is quieter and allows for better maneuverability than a conventional propeller. The difference between pump thrusters and traditional propellers is that pump thrusters use closed blades to suck in water and eject it under pressure from the rear. This prevents cavitation and reduces noise. Water jet engines are typically used on high-speed nuclear submarines, but with the development of powerful batteries, it's becoming increasingly feasible to use such systems on diesel-electric submarines. So why the rush to replace them? Japan currently has more than 20 diesel-electric submarines, which are considered the best in the world. The first Oryu submarine was launched in 2009, and it may seem unusual that work is already underway to replace it. However, it should be borne in mind that Japan has been operating its submarines for about 20 years, which is a relatively short period for modern warships. The new 29SS class submarines are expected to be launched around 2031. This begs the question, which country builds the best submarines in the world, and why? Please share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with new videos. Thank you for watching.